Hey guys, Blazie here, and welcome to this little lazy Blazie review of Nope. So, a little bit of history. I like Get Out, his Jordan Peele's first movie he did. Get Out. I generally really like that movie. It's just funny because it just pokes fun at the whole racism thing, but it's like reverse racism. So it's a kind of just dumb movie, but it's really fun. Well acted. It's a good movie. And I really liked Us. I think I like Us more than I do Get Out because it's just I don't know. I don't know. I could watch Us more than I can Get Out. Basically, like Get Out, I'm good to watch like once or twice. Us, I can generally watch it a good couple times because it's just a fun thriller movie, and the acting is superb in that movie. Us has amazing acting because it's like you kind of forget that like they're playing dual roles. They're like an actor is playing both roles. You kind of forget that, especially with Lupita. I think the actor's name is. I kind of forget. Sorry. She her playing like like the crazy self. She does such a good job. She's a really good actress in that movie, and so it just makes it really enjoyable to watch because you just forget that it's the same actor. And it's well shot, well done. I love Us. I really do. The music is so good in that movie. And so now we get Nope. And I was super excited for this movie. One of my favorite TV shows of all time is X-Files. I love alien stuff, basically. I love aliens. So I was all for this movie. It was all going to be like this like UFO kind of mystery, and then it was also just it's Jordan Peele, so it's like, okay, what kind of twist is he going to throw in there? What kind of commentary is he going to do? And so I was, super excited. Absolutely excited about this movie. I could not wait for it. I was super excited. And it came out in America like 2 weeks ago, which is very rude. Very rude. And so I kept seeing people, all these reviews on it and everything. And generally, people liked it from what I saw. Like, some people were like disappointed by it and all that. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. A lot of people are saying it's not as good as Get Out or Us, which I expected people to say, but I'm like, okay, I will probably like this movie because I love UFOs. I love that shit. And there's not enough horror movies with like UFOs and aliens, so I'm just like, alright, I want to see this. I'm super excited. And so as soon as it came out to Australia, I went day one, and I am so disappointed in it. I don't think I've ever been so disappointed in cinemas before. I am so disappointed by this movie. I'm It was good for a while. Like it has like a nice setup and everything. It I am so upset by this movie. I'm absolutely so upset. I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed. The trailers are so wrong. The trailers are not what you get at all. Which I guess is not a bad thing because then you're not really spoiled by the trailers. I guess the advertising was just false for this movie, and maybe that's the idea. That maybe that's part of the commentary. Because here's the thing about the commentary in this movie: no one actually understands it. As soon as I came home, I watched a bunch of videos. I looked up a bunch of reviews, and everyone's this kind of the same way. They all have their own theories. Some of them are kind of similar to other people, but no one can really understand this movie. There's so many people are just like, oh, it's all about race. The UFO represents white people, kind of thing, because it's a white UFO. But then a lot of people are just like, no, it's all about Hollywood and the way it treats animals and all that. And and so no one can figure out what this movie is. Well, at least with Get Out, it's extremely obvious what Get Out is about, and Us is pretty obvious that it's all about the United States, because Us is also can mean the U.S. So it also means United States. It's all about America and how it treats people, and treats people lower than them, and just yeah, it's very obvious what they are. get it. Nope, it's not obvious what it is at all. And like I'm very sure it's all about just Hollywood, the movie industry, trying to control people, trying to control animals, because that becomes like a huge theme in it. Is like yeah, the horses and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't want to try and go into too much spoilers kind of stuff. Maybe I don't know. The movie's been out for like 2 weeks in America at this point, so maybe I will just talk about spoilers. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The UFO is an animal. It's not actually a UFO at all. It's just a big animal thing. It's a predator basically that's going around, that's able to like eat. That's going around just eating people. It basically sucks them up into this little hole, and it gets very Vor-like. There's one scene where you basically see inside its throat, and you see all these people trapped in it. And I'm just like, is is this Vor? Am I watching a Vor scene at the moment? And yeah, it absolutely was. You see them all squished into its like into its throat, and it's just like, okay. And now I'm just watching Vor. Why does everything I watch have Vor in it? Why does everything I watch have Vor in it? God damn it! It happened again. It happened again. God damn it. I will have that on a t-shirt one day. I swear I will. I will. Uh, and it was just like, and it's like, okay, this is a cool, different idea, I guess. Yeah, I'm curious. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's show me what you're gonna do with this thing. And there are some cool moments. There are some cool moments. It's really well shot for the most part. There's one scene where it basically baths, it basically pukes blood onto the house during the night. So you got this like rain of blood coming down over the house, and then you get like a good shot of the house, and then it kind of goes up, and you like see the UFO over the top of it. Really, really cool shot. Probably the best shot in the movie. Really, really cool. Very creepy, and just there's there are things I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm very intrigued. But once I kind of dropped the UFO aspect, I'm just like, so it's just an a okay CGI monster. That's it. That's what it is. That kind of sucks. But I'm intrigued to see where it goes from there. Because there's a moment in the film where it's just like, oh, what if there's like little aliens? Because that's what one of the trailers was showing off aliens. So everyone kind of assumed there would be aliens in it. And there's one scene in particular where he's like in like a where he's in like a wedge, and he sees and sorry, yeah, there's one scene in particular where he's in a wedge, a barn thing, sorry, like in a barn thingy, and little aliens pop up, and they're freaky as hell. They're so freaky, and it was such a good creepy ass scene, absolutely creepy, and it's just kids in costumes. It's just kids in costumes. It was just a jump scare, freaky, bull crap scene, and it just pissed me off because that was the best scene. That's honestly the best scene in the movie, and it's just a jump scare, creepy little moment that's not actually real or matters at all. When you watch it a second time, it's got to be just like, get this over with. I don't care. It's just kids in costumes. It because then there are no aliens, because then it's just a big monster thingy, which I don't know how I feel about it. I really, really don't. Because admittedly, I was expecting a UFO horror story, horror movie. That's what I was expecting, and it's not what I got. So that, to me, does make me upset. But then there's a lot of plot holes, plot points that just don't go anywhere. That don't go anywhere, and maybe that's a joke on the industry that that sometimes things just get cancelled, and so we don't see what happens, or we don't know what happens, or whatever. There's just so many things like that just don't make sense to me. It's not well written. I'm sorry, but it's not very well written in that case. But from what I've read and what I think it is that the UFO is like an eye, because it's a big white thing with a black hole basically in the middle of it. So it's like a pupil, basically, or like a camera lens. And so basically, the UFO represents the viewers watching this and watching what happens, kind of thing. And then it, like, I don't know, eats up. I don't know. It's something like that. It's got something to do with like movies, and then it's like you can't contain this predator. Basically, we can't contain it. Hollywood can't contain this kind of stuff. Something like that. But I don't care because it's not obvious, not very clear what's happening. And even if there is basically like a message, like what Get Out and Us was, that doesn't automatically make it a good movie because there's some kind of message in there. No. No, the message. No one like, I don't care about the message. I don't care. If the movie's good, then the message, I go, okay, cool, yeah, good movie, good message, yeah. But what's the message? That Hollywood sucks. But you work in Hollywood, Jordan Peele. You work in it. So how about you fix it instead of just being like, oh, let's do movies, let's blame the viewers, whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. I came out of this movie extremely disappointed, especially because of the ending. The ending fucking sucks. I'm sorry, but it sucks. It is an extraordinarily bad ending. Because basically the creature kind of changes and reveals itself, and it's just bad CGI. I'm sorry, but the CGI in this movie was shit. And that monster looked shit. It was stupid. It was like a big hot air balloon, basically, kind of thing. Basically, it was just fabric. It was just fabric. And it fails. It fails so much, and I hate myself that I wasted my money on this movie. I really do feel like I wasted my money on this movie because the ending just pissed me off. It just made me feel like everything going up to this point wasn't worth it. There's this whole thing where, like, basically the ship monster thingy, will just go around eating everyone. It just eats. But during the ending, it kind of just like looks at the main characters and kind of just slowly creeps up to it, and it's like, why? You're a monster. Just eat. That's what you do. But it doesn't. It toys with them or whatnot. It doesn't even toy with them. It just doesn't because it's just like, it's Jordan Peele being all like, oh, look at something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's not how animals work. Because basically the thing was territorial, basically, and staying in this one area. And then it was just like pissed off at these people, and so it's going to go around and eat them. But it didn't eat them, it just looked at them. And would just get closer and closer and closer. And then it. I did not like this movie. I did not like it. Okay, no, that's a lie. I absolutely like. It was good for most of it. It really was. There were some really cool scenes. I was upset once it was revealed that it's not a UFO. But then it was just like, they started doing really cool scenes with it. There were some really cool scenes during the night with it, where it would like disappear in the clouds and it would kind of reappear somewhere else, kind of thing. And it was kind of creepy. It was kind of creepy. And then it would kind of just stalk them and wait for them. And it was interesting. It really, really was. And I was kind of excited to see where it went. But that last half was awful. It was garbage. Because then it's like shot during the day kind of thing, and just the monsters out in the open. You can see how bad the CGI is, and it just wasn't worth it. I've seen much better, shittier movies that were better than this. I have binged watched bad monster movies, and I've seen much better stuff than this. This is just your average monster movie. Not to mention all the characters. The characters are just bland. The comedy, there's no comedy in this movie. The comedy is really, really bad, which is surprising coming from someone who comes from a comedy background. Jordan Peele does, but the comedy is non-existent. It really isn't. What's the comedy? Is someone going, nope. That's the comedy. Is people going nope in this movie. That's it. Ha ha. It's stupid. It's stupid. it's so. The comedy was just bad. The horror elements, while yeah, sure, they generally do work on me because I have really bad anxiety. The horror it wasn't really there. It just looked kind of cool here and there or something like that. I don't know, I'm kind of ranting on. I'm really bad trying to explain movies sometimes without a script. This is just me talking. Yeah, I don't really like it. It's a 3 out of 10. I enjoyed, yeah, a good half of it, but that ending just ruined everything for me. I don't care if there's a message about Hollywood. You work in Hollywood, so fix it. Kind of thing, instead of blaming the viewers for being like, oh, the viewers want this, the viewers want that, so let's give them what we want, give them what they want. They want to see this kind of movie, you want to see this, or blah, 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 kind of thing. If you know, the UFO represents the viewers, because that's apparently what it is it kind of represents viewers, or like, the very first scene is like a thing that says applause on it, and so it's just like, is that what we're supposed to do? Because the movie opened or something like that. It's very. It's a 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. Simple as that. Hope you enjoyed this review. I know I didn't. I didn't do a very good job. I'm sorry. Subscribe to my channel anyway, because I'll love you if you do. Hit that like button, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright, guys. Bye for now.